Hello everyone. I'm here at the intersection of a road called Makati Avenue and J.P. Rizal Road. And as a quick note, down that way, this is Makati Avenue. There's lots of interesting restaurants and skyscrapers that way, and there's a financial district that way. But I will today be taking you on a tour of this road, J.P. Rizal Road. I've been on this road a few times, and I was just here earlier today to pick up my passport from a visa extension place. I decided to extend for 1 month. Okay, so anyway, this road doesn't have many tall buildings, but I suppose if you want to travel to the Philippines, it's supposedly, you might think it's more authentic, whatever that means. Probably what most Philippine people see every day. Things like small shops and so on. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna give you some commentary along the way and just show you things along this road. Okay, so this here is hardware store. Across the street looks like maybe another type of hardware store. Looks like they sell pipes and paint and other stuff. This here is a massage place. This here is a shop I've been in before. The shop owner is pretty nice. The shop owner is a Philippine woman, and she's married to a Saudi man. Anyway, they got some interesting, I guess, halal food and just random snacks. Here is a laundromat. Okay, across the street. Oh wow, man! Across the street, you have a bank, and I'm not sure if you can tell, but one of the security guards, one of them has a shotgun. So very often, guards here are armed. Sometimes just with pistols. Sometimes with shotguns, and I've even seen them with assault rifles. And these are just common security guards, I'm not talking about police or military, just security guards. Okay. I'm not sure what this building is on the left. Coming up, yeah, just a bunch of random stores, random businesses. Way down that way is a fruit, meat, and vegetable market. I've actually made a video about that. I give you a tour of that market, and I'll link to that video in this one. On the left is another bank. Bank of the Philippine Islands. And driving past, you can see, oh wow, so at least 4 jeepneys, now 5 jeepneys. So these vehicles are called jeepneys. This here on the left, I actually got a haircut here a few days ago. This is a barbershop, and I believe it's the cheapest haircut I've ever gotten. It only cost me 50 pesos. Excuse me, 70 pesos. And 70 pesos is probably less than less than $2, between $1 and $2 US. So I think it was quite nice to get such a cheap haircut. This here is a restaurant. This here is a gym. So if you want to lift weights, or they might have a treadmill in there, I'm not sure. I just remember seeing weights, but if you want to lift weights in the Philippines, exercise and so on, gyms are not very difficult to find. And you see here, this looks like, actually I'm not sure what that is inside there. On the right you can see two sort of logistics trucks. We've got LBC and FedEx. This here is some sort of school. I'm not sure if this is an actual school or if this is sort of an after-school tutorial center, but it could be an actual school. I don't know though. By which, an actual school, by which I mean they spend, the majority of their day, 8 hours per day, whatever amount of time kids go to school for. I have seen a few tutorial centers here in Manila. Okay, on the right, I'm not sure what it is. This building looks abandoned, or at least the bottom part. Maybe there's some people who live in higher levels. And this was a sign that I took a picture of, put it in Instagram, but I still find this interesting. So it says, "Report erring policemen now." Okay, so that way you can see a big, tall, looks like a government building. Got two banks on the left, East-West Bank and Development Bank of the Philippines. And I suppose I found this sign kind of interesting. It says, "You too can become a millionaire." So join in their raffle and maybe you can win. Okay, this here is a Philippine post office. DHL. And driving by, you can see some men in motorcycles with carriages next to them. It's another way to get around. So you'll see those kinds of vehicles and also jeepneys all over. Pardon me. This looks like a motorcycle shop. So I guess you can get one of these for 46,000 pesos. And across the street, there's a big sort of monument to somebody. And I've seen this before, but so the guy's name is Dr. Jose R. Rizal. So he must be the man this road is named after. So you can see in the background there's some tall buildings, and that's probably, it's close to Makati Avenue. See here, security guard with shotgun and some shells for his shotgun. Yet another guard with a shotgun in there. So as I've mentioned in previous videos, the Philippines by far is the country where I've seen the most security guards. You see security guards pretty much everywhere. If it's a big business, they probably have a security guard. You know, even this pharmacy has a security guard. Almost every bank I've seen has a security guard. Okay. So underneath this car here, you can see two cats. And my guess is that they are stray cats. There are many, many stray cats in Manila. And as a random aside, you'll sometimes see signs in Chinese here, which I find kind of interesting. Like PNB is the Philippine National Bank, but it also says in Chinese the same thing, Philippine National Bank. So I imagine that must be in part because a lot of Chinese investment here. And I have seen a few people who look like they're actually from China. Not just, you know, ethnically Chinese, but I mean literally from mainland China. Okay, so coming up, there's a McDonald's on the left. And on the right, there's a Jollibee. And you often see these two restaurants very close to each other. And you can find a McDonald's and a Jollibee in many parts of Manila and other parts of the Philippines. Across the street is a Chow King, and that's a Philippine style Chinese fast food place. Pardon me, the sun's getting in my eyes. On the right looks like a small church. Of course, here on the left is a petrol station. So you can see lots of cars going by. You can see jeepneys. Again, pardon me for my sneezing. I don't know if it's allergies or if I'm a little bit ill. Okay, so driving by and also on the right, you can see these white cars, and basically they're taxis. And you can see I actually took a taxi today with the Grab app. So if you come to the Philippines, I recommend you download the Grab app. It should be available for Android and iPhone. And basically Grab seems to be the biggest taxi app here. Okay. So on the left, there's a man pushing some fruit. So I guess he's a fruit vendor. Looks like coconuts. Looks like some Philippine houses. Lady selling some cooked meat. On the left is a supply store. So on the right, you've got some laundry mats, an express store, a spa place. So what I'm showing you now, you probably could see this all over the Philippines, these types of roads with businesses like this. So much of Manila is urban, with skyscrapers and so on, but a lot of it is not. Or at least a lot of it doesn't have very tall buildings. So, looks like a tutorial center there. It says Witty Minds Learning Center. There's a 7-Eleven behind me. Coming up on the left, some sort of medical center, and this looks like a clinic here. And also here it looks like an internet cafe. So if you want to play video games here, presumably with fast speeds, you come here. I think there's also a gym. So the Philippines is a pretty unique place. It does seem to be the sort of a fusion between a lot of different cultures, different peoples, different races and ethnicities and so on. The Philippines has over its long history, it was colonized by several different groups. And so in some ways it's kind of, you've got it's part of Asia, but it's also quite unique. It's very close to Taiwan and pretty close to mainland China. But I would definitely say this feels a lot different than mainland China or Taiwan. So here's some shop, a pawn shop, generics pharmacy. Okay, so I guess we finally did make it up to this market. So this is a market I made a video about some days ago, and I'll link to the video about that. I just wanted to show you more of this for a little bit longer. And here's the Philippine Bank of Communications, and I'm not sure if you can see, but also on the door it says the name in English and in Chinese too. So this is a clean fuel place. And across the street is Petrol Station. Okay, this road does seem to go, this road does go down quite a ways. So I think I wanted to end the video here. So as a recap, I took you from Makati Avenue. We're in Makati, part of Metro Manila, and or just Manila. And I took you down J.P. Rizal Street. So in this video you saw lots of local businesses, and just saw what an average part of the Philippines looks like. Okay, so if you could, I'd appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up, and please subscribe to the channel. And finally, if you want to leave a comment, feel free to do so. Thank you.